Willie Nelson is more than a country legend. He's a living piece of American music history. But behind the fame and the outlaw image is a story about family, legacy, and a son who chose to be by his father's side. In today's video, we'll dive into Willie's life and musical journey, explore the lives of his children, and focus on the touching story of his son, Lukas Nelson, who made the heartfelt choice to slow down his own career to spend more time caring for his dad. This is a story about love, music, and legacy. Let's begin. Section 1. Early Life and Rise of a Legend. Willie Hugh Nelson was born on April 29, 1933 in Abbott, Texas. He grew up in a small farming community where music was part of everyday life. His grandparents taught him how to play guitar, and by 6 years old, Willie was singing gospel songs in church. As a young man, he wrote songs that would shape the country genre itself, including Crazy, made famous by Patsy Cline. But Willie never fit neatly into the Nashville mold. He was different. His voice, his phrasing, and his outlaw spirit pushed him toward a new sound, a movement known as outlaw country. By the 1970s, albums like Shotgun Willie and Red-Headed Stranger made him one of the most respected and beloved musicians in America. His career would span over 70 years, and counting. Section 2. Family and Children. Behind the icon was a father. Willie Nelson has been married 4 times and has 8 children: Lana, Susie, Paula, Amy, Renee, Lucas, Micah, and one more daughter he met later in life. Many of them followed his path in music. Paula Nelson built a singing career, Micah and Lucas are both touring musicians, and the Nelson family has even recorded music together. Willie has said that sharing the stage with his children has been one of the greatest joys of his life. For him, family and music have always been deeply intertwined. Section 3. Lukas Nelson, The Next Generation. Lukas Autry Nelson was born on Christmas Day, 1988, to Willie Nelson and Annie D'Angelo. He grew up surrounded by music. Guitars, tour buses, and country stages were part of his childhood. In 2008, Lukas formed his own band, Lukas Nelson and Promise of the Real. The band built its own reputation in the rock and Americana scene and even toured with Neil Young as his backing band. But Lukas has always had a special bond with his father. He once said, "I knew that if I became a great musician, my dad and I would be connected forever." And indeed, their bond has only grown stronger with time. Section 4 is a son's choice, prioritizing his father. In recent years, fans noticed Lukas taking more time away from his own projects. Some media outlets even reported that he had paused his career to care for his father. While the family clarified that the reports were exaggerated, one thing was very real. Lukas has made a deliberate choice to spend as much time as possible with his dad. He said in an interview, "Every second of every day, I try to be with my father." At a time when Willie is in his 90s and still performing, Lukas isn't just standing next to him as a bandmate, he's there as a son. It's a powerful example of what it means to honor family, even in the middle of your own success. Section 5. The Nelson Family Legacy. The Nelsons aren't just a family, they're a musical dynasty. In 2021, Willie released The Willie Nelson Family, an album recorded with his children Lucas, Micah, Paula, and Amy. It was more than just another record. It was a celebration of shared heritage, faith, and time spent together. And behind the scenes, Lukas often praises his mother Annie for keeping the family grounded and supporting Willie's health through the years. He said, "The greatest thing about my mom is that she takes great care of my father. That's what makes this family unique. Their music isn't just entertainment, it's love put into melody." Section 6. Lessons we can learn. Willie and Lukas Nelson's story isn't just about fame, it's about values. Willie shows us the power of staying true to yourself, even when the world wants you to change. Lukas shows us that family doesn't have to come second to ambition. And together, they prove that legacy isn't about living in someone's shadow. It's about walking beside them. Music gave Willie Nelson a voice. Family gave that voice a future. Willie Nelson has spent a lifetime sharing songs with the world, and in these later years, his son Lukas is sharing something even more powerful: time. It's a reminder that sometimes the greatest gift we can give is simply to be there. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Which Willie Nelson song means the most to you? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching.